Welcome guys, this is Edwin and today we're going to be talking about the Stealth model. And before I start talking about that knife, I want to give you a little bit of background on what is that Emerson Collector Association that you will see in the stamp. This is not a normal production model. This is an exclusive model from the ECA or the Emerson Collector Association. And you might ask, Edwin, so how I can get into that? Well, it's pretty easy. All the information is in emersonKnives.com, but at the end of the day, you pay a one-time fee and you become a member. You get some goodies, a certificate, and some shirts and stuff like that. And what that will allow you is that you will be in the collector club and they will send you early access to their production line or the signature line. And once a year, Emerson Knives will release an exclusive model of a knife. And lately, they've been releasing a lot of the vintage stuff, some of the older models that you cannot find easily anytime, or some of those older customs that are not available to in production. So that's really cool. Obviously, they take those custom and they make it, this kind of production line view, and it's excellent because it gives us the opportunity to experience a piece like this that has a lot of history back in the 90s. So that's basically a really quick summary of what is the ECA, okay? And now let's start talking about the Stealth. Okay, let's talk about this blade. So here we have, let's look at it and compare it with the CQC7B. You can see it's a big blade, no question about it. And you have that very aggressive angular shapes and all that going on. And based on the name, you should know this is inspired by that whole stealth technology of the 90s, right? The F117 and all those angles that technology was bringing. And that's exactly where the inspiration is coming from this knife. In terms of some of the specifications, this blade is 3.9 inches and overall length is 9.7 inches. So it's definitely a long piece, a long blade. You see that handle keeps poking back there. And the blade is that really stretch, tanto, beautiful. And that's when you see that Emerson Collector Association 2018, right? And 28 of 59. This blade is a V-grind, meaning you have, I should clean this, but you have that V-grind there and then that chisel edge, like a lot of Emersons, right? And then that handle, carbon fiber, with some standoffs, carbon fiber, clip, great lockup, close it. That's how it looks close right there. And again, all those angles, classic from the 90s of the Stealth F117. And that's where this comes from, right? That inspiration is from the Stealth technology. And if you are way too young and you don't know what I'm talking about, go Google F117 before I feel way too old. Google that, Google Stealth technology, and you will notice all those angles going at it. And the original Stealth design and models were customs in the 90s, okay? And he only made around 1 prototype and 5 models of it. And the story goes that this was way too intensive. Ernie was trying to push his limit, all his technical limits on this model and make sure that at that time he go to that limit and try to cross it, that I think is great from a maker, right? Just let's cross those boundaries and try to create something that will push your technical abilities. And that's what the Stealth was for him. Again, they made 5 models. We only can account for a prototype and one of the 5 models that we have seen around. All the other models, it seems that they've been kept by the collectors and there's not a lot of pictures out there of them. So let me show you a picture of the prototype. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And you can see that prototype is, black micarta handles, titanium bolsters, having that, that blade. And remember, all of this is handmade, hand ground finish. It's an incredible achievement for Mr. Ernest Emerson. And in here is a picture of the number 5. Beautiful, beautiful, right? And like we were talking, it was a lot of effort for him to create these customs. And at the time when a CQC6 custom was getting sold by $400 or so, the Stealth custom was going by $1,000. So it was a really, really, really expensive knife and a lot of hard work from Ernest Emerson. And that's one of the reasons that we only saw a limited, extreme limited number of them, and really, really hard to see or reach in person. And that's one of the cool things of the ECA or Emerson Collector Association, that they were able to create a production version of that legendary design that he did in the 90s, and we can see and experience that model right here. And I think that sold me in the whole ECA. And you will see some of the other models that they have released on the, for example, in 2019, the Viper and all that, is just worth it. Just to experience those models that are very, very tough to reach. And I'm going to attach here also, I'm going to show you a little picture of how back in the 90s, they have this little magazine in black and white, and it explained a little bit about the Stealth. And here we go. So yeah, guys, that's basically the story of the Stealth. A very nice and legendary design by Ernest Emerson. I won't say that this is a everyday carry. I have carried this and post pictures on Instagram, but this is not a knife that, that blade is probably for stabbing and stuff like that. It's not a knife that I will say is very friendly for everyday carry, but it's great to have this piece and experience the model of Stealth and the legendary model of the Stealth. Well, guys, if you have any question or, comment, or if you want to add to this, feel free to comment or contact me on Instagram. And again, you can go to forums and Facebook groups, and they will have a lot of this information about and more about these legendary models. And this is one of them. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.